President Donald Trump officially reversed his administration's policy last week of separating parents and children when they show up at the border, but that has not stopped the debate. Reporter Pat Poblete was on hand today as hundreds of women flooded the streets of Washington to protest the Justice Department's zero-tolerance border enforcement policy.
The demands of the hundreds of women protesting in the Capitol were clear. They wanted an immediate end to the policy of family separation. Among the protesters was Tempe resident Erica Andiola, who immigrated to the United States illegally as a young child.
That couldn't be me separated from my mother. That couldn't be my mother in detention, and I'm here because of that, because it hasn't stopped. It has gotten worse.
While the First Lady was in Arizona to see immigration policy at work, protesters here took to the streets in hopes of changing that policy, taking matters into their own hands. The protesters marched to the steps of the Department of Justice and engaged in an act of mass civil disobedience, locking DOJ employees in their own building and shutting down traffic by sitting in the street. They were addressed there by Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, who encouraged those gathered to continue to fight for the families separated at the border until every child has been reunited with their parents. Jackson Lee also called on her Republican colleagues in the House to reach across the aisle in order to find a solution to the mounting crisis at the southern border.
You cannot do an immigration bill without a bipartisan, nonpartisan effort. You cannot do it without humanity, without justice. And they put a bill on the floor continuously that has no humanity and no justice.
But Andiola isn't optimistic.
We gotta elect people who are gonna be on our side. And this is a call for America that we are in midterm elections.
In Washington, Pat Poblete, Cronkite News.